So
Go
when the
live.
girl says life,
We is live.
we is live. I want to thank you, Harriet, for hosting this channel.
Well,
It's a great,
you're
it's a
welcome.
great sacrifice. It's a great sacrifice that you're making for the nation, for the whole world, for Mr. Bean.
Well, it's the least I could do in these dire times.
Everyone has to make a
Also,
small sacrifice.
we're not gonna say the C word.
Nope. We're not going to say any nasty words. We're not going to be saying any explicit sexual content. We're not going to violate any YouTube community guidelines. We're not going to piss off the algos.
Never piss out off the algo. Cause
If you piss
the
off the algo, you have no chance.
algo is God. So does
It will
this
send
link
you to the gulag.
on top work as a shareable link?
There should be a shareable link on your YouTube webpage, but that key should work. You want to send it to me?
Oh, I got it. I got the link.
No, officially, I'm not allowed to access the YouTubes because the algo has
You're not on
determined.
YouTube.
Huh?
You're not
I'm
on
not
YouTube.
accessing YouTube. You're accessing YouTube. I'm not accessing YouTube.
Yep. So that's a good loophole because the algo just got you, man. Like that was really
Mm-hmm.
really messed up. Like what the YouTube algorithm has become, especially these days with the
Yeah.
C.
We can't say it.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be like a whole new English language. You know.
Yeah. We have to censor ourselves. Guys, we're live on Hara Reed's stream now.
Oh God! How long is this song gonna last?
You can't stop the signal.
How long is this song gonna last?
Chicken jar. Well, we also have a YouTube chat active, so that's going to be great as well.
Why don't you get your peeps to dial in and join us?
Oh yeah, like I'll share this information on the YouTube so people can like dial in and we can talk about random topics from raw meat to the CV, but you know, we can't say CV.
No, we can't say CV, otherwise the CIA will come down on us. Hey, why don't you post the invite link and the dial-in information on your Instagram and tell people to join?
Well, that sounds interesting. I'll try. I'll try and get on Instagrams.
It's in
But
the Telegram, the link. Just post a screenshot and say, join us live for our live stream on the internet.
wait, let me post this stream info. So people can dial in and they can be live.
They can be live. They can join our chat.
Oh shoot, it's like too many letters.
Well, the important thing is the phone number.
There it
I'll give you the
is.
phone number.
Yeah, well the phone number is oh yeah, there's like a lot of phone numbers though.
No, it's just one phone number. It's always the same, and I saved it in my. I even got a QR code here. I got a QR code for you.
So that's for Instagrams, right?
Yeah, yeah. Hold on. Here, I got the Instagram QR code,
I'm accessing Instagram
and
through desktop now.
I got the code.
Amazing. Alrighty, so there goes the Instagram. Oh, that's the number. I actually posted that number so we can have like live callers. I don't know if anybody from the chat would like to join.
Well, we have to calculate with nobody joining for the first couple of weeks, but once they realize that we are not only the trendiest place to be on the interwebs, but also the coolest place, then they're all going to want to join.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it doesn't even matter because I don't got any beef with anybody. I just got beef in a jar with butter right now, so working on that.
So if you shift CV to the right on the keyboard, it turns into BN.
Wait, you said what?
You take the key. So one of the simplest ways to do encryption is you do a right shift on the keyboard. So you just move your fingers to the right or the left. So CV shifted to the right is BN, and shifted to the left is ZX. If you shift up, it's F and G. I think FG is pretty good. It's F and good. So if I
Yeah.
say F and good, I really mean the CV.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Okay.
Or if
Well,
I say ZX, I also mean the CV.
we got
And the
some
ZX.
comments on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there's we got Milk Yar with a Y out here, and he's saying we should call it Go Roner WHYRUS. And they're saying chicken jar
Go
can't stop.
Roner.
Yeah. And then we got Ivan S
Go Roner.
from Australia. He's asking if he should eat pineapple. I'd say eat it with butter.
But only if you feed the fungus. You have to feed the pineapple to the fungus first.
Yeah, the fungus, aka bacteria inside of you, my friend.
The
Also, he's
fungus wants to eat the sugar in the pineapple.
POOP outside, which is actually a really good experience. I did it today too.
Now, wait a second. You're going to get us. We're going to get. That's explicit sexual content.
No, it's not.
Extremely explicit. Let me read you the text. Hold on. I'm gonna read you the text. Hold on. Here we go. We would like to inform you that due to repeated or severe violations of our community guidelines, your YouTube account has been suspended. Graphic sexual contact that is meant to be sexually gratifying is not allowed on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't think the algo will be able to catch that voice.
Graphical sexual contact that is meant to be sexually gratifying is not allowed on YouTube.
Yeah, but I guess
Please be Go ahead.
like it was just nuts, man, because like it wasn't really like graphic what that conversation
I know.
was going on, you know?
I wrote to them that. I said, I consider this to be censorship. So either we were talking about the company. Remember we were talking about the company?
Yeah.
And maybe we're exposing methods and madness about the company. Or we were talking about the cheesy goodness, a.k.a. the effing good, a.k.a. the Zulu X-ray.
Yeah, I know
Or
what you.
the Zulu X-ray. We were talking about the Zulu X-ray, which is forbidden by the algos. So they're just going to look for whatever they can find to shut you down if you talk about the Zulu X-ray.
Yeah, but I think they don't shut you down if you just interact with people who are live on YouTube, I guess. The
If you talk about
commenters.
stuff,
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
it was really weird though, because like the live stream just got stopped doing another live stream that was about politics in Eastern Europe. So I feel like this algo was like, you guys are just talking about too many topics and there's like too much truth out here.
Yeah, he's just dropping truth bombs on us.
Yeah, so like the algo just got confused.
I think it just took an hour or two for it to process.
Yeah, most definitely. It was like you got how many violations? How many strikes?
One.
Oh, just one strike?
That was it. That was it. That was the only one. It was severely sexually gratifying. That's what happened.
Wow, so that's crazy, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like they're doing that to like smaller channels as well, like easier, you know? Because they're like,
Well, exactly. And then the other thing is they just didn't like the fact that we were severely random.
yeah,
And we
it
were
went
low
like,
budget.
yeah, maybe that's why, because they're like, well, these guys are talking about like fungus, then magic fungus, and then they're talking about like
Yeah.
technology and censorship.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what it is, Harry? It's that they're running a business, and the business is to sell advertising, and that content is not monetizable. They can never, ever, ever put ads on it, like ever, like in the history of the planet, like in the 3 billion years of the time that the planet is existing. You're not going to run ads on that content.
Yeah, that's true. I think it could have been like also like ads, but I don't think, I mean, the ads were like, the ad was like really, you know, obvious, you know?
But if they can't run ads on it, then they want to deep six it. They want to get rid of it. They don't want to have stuff taking up space on their servers that's not making them money or can never, ever, ever make them money.
Wow, that actually makes a lot of sense because like we're the open source peoples and like none of the videos are ever monetized, so
And they're never going to be monetized. And never in a million years will this stuff ever get monetized. Like no one's going to ever want it. We don't even have anyone who wants to watch it.
well, we got some viewers
But
today. We got
because
Ivan.
you have a following. Yeah, Ivan. Hey, Ivan, you gonna join our join? You gonna call in?
Calling from Australia, man.
Did you
Also,
send
Ivan
Ivan the call-in link?
Huh?
Here, Ivan, I'm gonna send you the. I'm gonna tell you how to dial in. You go to 8x8.vc/JIM.DUPONT. That is J as in Justin, I as in igloo, M as in what's M? Mike.
M.
got D as in Delta, U as in umbrella, P as in Paul, O as in oxtail, N as in nothing, and T as in thing or telegram. That's 8x8.vc/Jim.DuPont. That is our join the meeting, and you can dial in. You call area country code 1-408-228-4039. You wait and you type in the message number, meeting number 13443247776. That's 13443247776. And then you hit the pound sign. You can dial in. And they've got different dialing in numbers. Let's take a look at the dial-in numbers.
There's so many dial-in numbers for everywhere.
Let's see if they have one for down under. Australia. Here we go, Australia. You do dial country code 61-280-155105. That's country code 61-280-155105. That's the Australia dial-in number.
All right, so we got a comment here. Someone wants to talk about the C, word related to the 5 gigahertz connections. How plausible could that be, Mike?
He wants to talk about the Zulu X-ray and related to the Chiners and their next gen high frequency microwave system that's burning our skin and causing genetic defects.
Zulu X-rays and microwaves.
Yeah. Well, 5 is next to 6, and G is next to H, so we'll call it the 6H microwave system. The Zulu X-ray and the 6H. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, well...
But we have to confuse the algo. We can't use explicit terms.
How much 6H is there? Like, around... Like, where is it located? Do they have 6H in Pasta Land?
In Pasta Land? I heard that T-Mobile's rolling out the 6H everywhere. I don't know, man.
Whoa.
But what I heard, it's low. I've got 6H on my Wi-Fi, and that thing has a range of about 1 foot. It's like you step 1 foot away from it, from the router, and it's got like 0 range.
So that means that 6H should be fine if it's at home?
It's not even fine at home. It's got like the shortest range. It's got a shorter range than the normal Wi-Fi.
Oh, so it's like shorter range waves?
I guess so. It might be higher power, shorter range, like microwave. Like it's going to burn your skin. Like it's it doesn't. I don't know enough about it, but I heard that it's high powered, high frequency radiation.
Yeah, so that's like,
and that it's short range. But I broke this all down for. I broke this all down for a colleague on a private channel just an hour ago. So let me break it down for you, okay? Peter Schiff podcast talked about this, that the bubble was overinflated and they had to bring it down. So either you have to have a war and you kill millions of people, or you find another way to take all the money away from the people. Because basically everyone is on credit and everyone has too much money. So everybody has got like all this money in the bank, all these paper notes, these IOUs, these things that say, oh yeah, we're going to pay you this. You just bring this to the, you just go to the casino cashier and you bring all your chips and I'm going to cash you out. But now, if everyone runs to the cashier at the casino and tries to get cashed out at the same time, they don't have enough money to pay him. And especially if all the Chiners are getting sick, they can't pay. They can't have those people in the slave labor producing enough new iPhones for everyone because they're all sick at home. So there's no way that they can cash everyone out because the Chinese are the ones who are doing all the work for us. So they're like, oh man, we got to figure out a way to slow these people down so they don't start cashing in their chips all at once. I know, we'll devalue the chips. We'll print more chips, and we'll give everyone chips, but we'll make them less valuable. So they start printing out more and more chips, but they still don't have any more iPhones to give to people. So now the whole idea is that they have to deflate the bubble, so they have to make it all less valuable. So that's where they're bringing in these forced programs of making people stay at home, consume less gasoline, so that also reduces the consumption. You know, like there's less resources being consumed when people are at home. And the idea is that the stock market got devalued by a couple $1 trillion, so everyone lost money, and then the government's going to print more money, and that's going to basically water down everyone's value. So they're basically deflating the bubble using these economic methods. And then he said that the government is embracing this because they can at least blame the deflation on the virus instead of saying, well, they screwed up, or the quantitative easing is not working, or the recovery from 2011, or whatever, the recovery from even 2003 is not working. So the recovery isn't working, and they're going to blame it on the virus, and they're going to basically take away everyone's savings indirectly by just printing money and deflating things. That's what I understood.
So it's basically like Yugoslavia, but on a large scale.
Yugoslavia on a large scale. Well, I don't know if it's like Yugoslavia. Did Yugoslavia have the problem of inflation?
Yeah, at some point, I think like before everything went down, there was inflation because a lot of countries they left one by one. So they lost.
Well, that's why the dinar. That's why the. Sorry, go ahead.
So that's why like they lost like a lot of money, you know, because I think the like war kind of helped the dinar monete to basically get a better value because once each country left, the dinar became stronger in the end. You know what I mean? Because like let's say Bosnia left and they didn't have those Bosnian dinars that were devaluing it. You know what I mean? And then
Okay, so they watered it down.
yeah, but it got watered down one by one in a way.
Well, I remember the only thing I remember about the Yugoslavian money is that they had an extremely high denominations. Like a coffee would cost you like, 1,500 dinar was a coffee.
Yeah.
And that nobody wanted the dinars; they only wanted Deutschmarks. They're like, Deutsche Mark, gute Mark. Dinar, not so good. We don't want that.
Yeah, I remember like in the ex-Slav countries they switched all to Deutsche Mark, which is a German
and then
money.
Later they switched to the euro, and that Kosovo was the first country to actually adopt the euro.
Yep. I
Did you
remember
know
that.
that Kosovo was the first country in the world to use the euro?
I know, man. Like I was there actually when that whole thing happened. Like we had Deutsche Mark, and I remember like if you had like two Deutsche Mark, it would become €1.
But what
So
about the dinars? Did you have dinars?
no, because they actually after the Kosovo War, they switched from from dinars to Deutschmarks. So all the people
Mm.
that had dinars, they just went and they started trading in Deutschmarks
Mm-hmm. So
instead, and
everyone
a lot of people got
everyone got
robbed during the
traded their
war.
dinars. So they traded their dinars immediately for Deutschmarks if they could.
Yeah, exactly. Like they did it ASAP because it was a huge panic and people were actually like stuck in their homes. Nobody was getting out. Everybody had like curtains on their houses. It was like nuclear fallout,
Yeah.
literally.
Well, when you say curtains, you mean the rolladen, the
Yeah,
roletten,
the Rolades.
the
But
Rolades. Because
they didn't
Americans don't know what the
have
Rolades are.
they didn't have those back in the day. They're like basically like shades, but it's like
They're storm
old
shades,
school. Yeah, like storm shades. Every house had storm shades in the commie
like
times.
these big metal shades you would draw down. They're German style, and they would
Yeah, ours
protect your
were plastic.
windows.
They'll
Well, yeah,
protect.
okay, you had plastic ones because you were poor people. You poor people.
Yeah, dude, I remember like even after the war, we still had those when we came back, but everything else got robbed from the house. So like
Oh
that
yeah,
happened after we left. Yeah. Like my dad had like so much fishing equipment because he used to like have a fishing equipment store, but I think it
no
was
way.
illegal during the time there because you weren't allowed to do business,
Nope.
you know, in commie land.
Mm. Unless you were apparatnik, apparatchik.
Yeah, if you were like a snitch for the government, you could do business.
Mm-hmm. There's
But
a great movie we watched from Kusturica. Did you ever see Black Cat, White Cat from Emir Kusturica?
oh, I've heard about that movie actually.
Hmm. Hey, so what's your peeps saying on the interwebs there, the YouTubes? Are they still listening or not?
Well, we got like 3 viewers or 2 now, and we got 3 likes, and we had some commenters, but I think they're kind of they've kind of fallen off track because we're talking about
Okay.
ex Yugoslav things, but now there's 3 viewers again, which is amazing.
Well, we love our viewers. We can't get enough viewers.
Most definitely. And we love our viewers from the past channel, which I don't think we can get back because just disappeared, man.
Well, we have the guy's name because I made a screenshot. Remember?
Oh yeah, we should send him a shout out.
If
I'll
he's a
look.
real person and not a bot.
Oh, he looks like a real person because bots usually just say, "Hey, if you would like to get more viewers."
But you know, the sophisticated bots that are created by the government for doing for winding up people they think are radical or unstable.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
If they
Like
think
I
you're
heard that like they'll send people to your house and stuff.
if they think you're a crazy person, if they think they can wind you up or make you say crazy shit, they'll like create a bot to talk to you or a persona, and they have like one agent who controls like 1,000 different personas, and they like talk to different people, and they try and like make them radicalized, and they try and get them to say crazy shit.
So you're saying that the bots start like basically gaslighting you?
Well, they have agents who direct the bots, so the bots are semi-autonomous. They'll find you, Harried, and they'll say, okay. They make a profile and they say, okay, let's talk to him about some local politicians and see if we can wind them up.
That sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But I guess like some people are like easily wound up, and that's kind of like messed up because like they're basically creating these people, huh?
Yeah, they create profiles to be compatible with you.
Wow.
They'll have the algos create a persona and an entire history, an entire background of someone. Like if you go on Twitter, you see these fake people with American flags. They're like, I love Donald Trump. And half of them
That's
are just
what they
bots.
say, right? They like just repeat, I love Donald Trump on every post.
Yeah. And they just retweet shit all day long.
Wow. I'm like moving off my chair right now.
Here's what I do on Twitter, okay? Anyone who posts political shit at all, I just unfollow them. And anyone who, anytime I see an ad, like Coca-Cola posts an ad on Twitter, I just block them. So every time I see an ad, like a promoted tweet, I block that tweet. I block the promoter.
Yeah, that's actually good. I was doing that on Instagram. Like, whenever I would see like an ad, I would just say it's not appropriate.
Exactly, it's not appropriate. But you could also block the person.
So you just block the company that does the ads.
Yeah, and eventually you see a lot less ads.
Oh, so that works. I guess that's a way to go around it. I really hate ads.
Well, that's what the whole system is there for, is to show you ads.
So could ads be a form of mind laundering?
Well, isn't it the definition of that?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It's like it's like, what's his name? The movie that's called Zoolander over again.
I never watched that. Is that any good?
It's actually a prophecy movie, man.
No way.
Yeah, it's like
what's it about?
These days. So the guy that's played by Rob Schneider, whom you very much love, he gets mind laundered. So I'm using this new term, mind laundering, by by what's his name? By the guy that plays like in Anchorman.
Ben Stiller. Oh.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
So it's really funny. Like Will Ferrell just puts him in like this trance state, and he's like, relax. And they use this this thing where they like tell him that child labor should be okay, and that
what?
Some politicians are making child labor happen. So they turn him into an assassin.
What?
Yeah, they like turn him into an assassin through hypnosis. It's like the M MK Ultra thing.
Wait. Stop. It's the N. It's the NJ Ultra.
NJ Ultra. Yeah. NJ
Yeah.
Mega.
We just call it the New Jersey.
The New Jersey. The Mega New
Or
Jersey.
just the Jersey. We'll call it the Trenton. It's the Trenton.
The Trenton. All right, so
Yeah,
they
the Trenton
Trenton
is the
him.
NJ.
They like send him
Yeah.
at a rehabilitation center where they Trenton him, and he gets Trenton
Yeah.
so hard, along with like some other male models, because the joke
Yeah.
is that these male models are being programmed. Because like in the beginning of the movie, he's rolling with his friends, and they stop at a gas station, and they do this whole like thing where they're playing with gasoline. They just like smear gasoline all over themselves, and one of them lights a cigarette.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and like Ben is watching, he's like seeing all that go down while his friends go up
That's
in the
crazy.
air.
They
Yeah,
go
so
up in smoke.
yeah, they use that like as a pretext to, mind launder him. And then they send him like then he meets somebody, I guess, who tries to like deprogram him. And I guess I don't know what happens, but they find out that he's been like almost deprogrammed, and they kill the guy that tries to deprogram him. And then they send him to the center where he's rehabilitated by Will Ferrell. And then Will Ferrell
rehabilitated, like reprogrammed?
Yeah, like reprogrammed, literally. Because habilitation might mean programming in another language, right?
Okay.
Because like
Sure.
you get habilitated, like you're learning those habits over and over again.
But what is like habit sounds like ability. It's like a hability. And in German, you say habe, which is to have. And that's actually Latin. Habe is Latin for have. Habare, to have something.
Yeah, and then there's like Jave in Spanish, right?
Okay.
It means have.
But if you say, well, have, abe, jave, so there's a lot of different shifts in letters, like we learned. So it could be just shifted from H to J. But tell me any word, and I'll prove to you it's Albanian. How do you say have in Albanian? Kam?
Yeah.
Well, that's not like have at all.
Well, it's like am.
What's an ability in Albanian to be able to do something? Munchme?
Let me think about that for a second here. It's not, because munchi is like a possibility. So ability would be like zanot. It's kind of that's like it's a word they use in Albanian, but it's not like the actual word because it's also in Turkish, I guess. But we say zanot because in Albanian that would mean the night catching you doing it. So catch pun the night, in like in Jamaican speak. Like you can only translate
Nope.
Albanian to Jamaican English.
That's funny.
And if you want to learn Albanian, like the Hague version, you have to you have to learn Spanish first, and then learn Jamaican English, and then speak Spanish with a Jamaican accent. There you get
Like you
Albanian.
do.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah.
So what you can do, that's your ability, I guess. So it's basically like your learned behavior in a way. Because we say
Yeah, your
zanat, which
ability.
means having caught nights, like the night catching you while you're doing something. So if you're doing something all day, the night catches you and like you're ready to sleep at night. And then when you sleep, you dream about that stuff and then you're like basically rehearsing that same thing that you did all day. So
Yeah.
if
Well,
you're
they say
counting peas all day, at night you'll be counting sheep in your dreams.
Zanaf,
Yeah. So za is catch.
Zanas.
Yeah, and not is night. So it's like catch
Oh,
night.
Zanat. Zanat. Okay, you're catching the night.
Yeah. They call that like
Wow. That's,
it's also craft in English. It means literally your craft.
they say if you do something 10,000 times, you become an expert.
Yeah, that's basically it. So
Well, I started in 2000, a little bit before 2000, using Linux.
how many years? No, it's like 20 years.
20 plus years, at least 20 years.
Wow. I'm like at 11 years.
And people be like, oh, why do you know all these command lines so well? Because I typed them 10,000 times at least. I got the zanat, the
Yeah,
ability,
your craft.
craft. I got the Minecraft crafting.
Yeah, that's basically what Minecraft is too. It's a zanat, you know, because you're playing late into the night, and then the only thing you learn how to do is just doing that same thing, and then you get addicted to it, and you're a Minecraft expert.
My son, he creates the most amazing little houses in Minecraft. He loves to do it.
And how long do you let him play?
Maybe about 2 hours.
Wow. So he's getting there, man. I think you should get him to do another zanat, another repetitional thing that might be interesting, you know?
He's doing
If,
jujitsu, and he's getting good at that too.
do you want to hear a story like an Albanian story?
Sure, sure. Tell me the story, but you have to translate it.
Yeah, like it's in English. So basically, there was a father and he had three sons, and he had a lot of land. And he told his sons that basically they can he's got a lot of gold buried on his land, you know? And
Yep.
he told them like, you know, after he dies, they should just like start like scraping the land, you know, till they find it. So
Yeah.
after he dies, they're just like digging everywhere, like in every spot of like 30 acres or something. And
Yeah.
they keep on digging and digging, and they don't find anything. But I guess later on, the land that they plowed becomes fertile, and they start making money as farmers, and they figured out
Yeah.
gold mine.
Well, I've got a joke for you.
Go ahead.
There was a guy from New Jersey, and he was sent to jail, and he missed his father, and he would write his father letters. And his father wrote to him, he said, "Son, I'm so old and weak, I'm not strong enough to dig in the garden." You know what his son said?
What did the son say?
He said, "Father, don't dig in the garden because that's where the body is buried."
That's a real Jersey story, huh?
And then the federal police, they came to the father's house and they dug up the whole garden looking for the body because they read the letter. And then his father wrote back to him. He said, "Son, thank you very much for sending me the police to dig up my garden. Now I can plant my tomatoes."
That's amazing. That's like a great way to make use of, you know. That's great, dude. Even my dog is laughing right now.
So your dog is a husky, you said? A husky and a
That's
Pyrenees
the
mix?
the puppy's like, yeah, half husky, half Pyrenees. I thought it was like a mastiff, but I didn't know the dog breed names, so I learned that it's a Pyrenees.
Well, the Pyrenees is basically a Chenchari.
Yeah, that's what he looks like actually, because he's like half husky. He looks exactly like a Caucasian shepherd type dog. He's got like gray patches and black ears and like
Yeah.
black rings around his eyes. So I don't know, man. I think he's gonna be a pretty good guard dog because like he's got the biting instinct.
How many dogs do you have now?
Well, currently only like 4 dogs altogether if you count the puppy that's gonna be leaving.
The puppy's leaving now or what?
One of them, only one of them.
You found a home?
Yeah, like Ben found a home. So
No, what's that sound, that beeping sound in the background you keep on playing?
oh, that might be the Discord. So I'm like on a
Oh,
Discord
you're
channel.
on Discord?
Yeah, I could
Oh, yeah?
I could turn that off, I think. I don't know how though. How I
Are you
can
going to
turn
tell
off.
them to join our chat or what?
Yeah, I already did. I might
You know,
I'll post it on another
no, let
chat.
him go. Let him go. No, don't worry about it. Because the thing is, Harry, it's all about your credibility. Because there's so many now, we have so many channels and so many different ways for people to connect.
That is true. Just leave it to the
We have
other
too many ways.
YouTube.
Okay, you talk now for 5 minutes.
Well, what shall I talk about? Well, I'm gonna just tell everybody what I'm doing to prepare for this Zulu X-ray and the microwaves. So basically, right now, like today, I'm drying some beef, and I cut them like in 4-inch pieces that are like 1 inch, 1 by 2 inch. so 1 inch thick and 2 inches long. No, 2 inches like wide, and then like 3 to 4 inches long. I got them drying on a plate because I did this other video where I dried some beef and I did like just 1 inch squares. That dried really fast and I think it got too dry. But now I'm doing this like semi dried beef that's like basically bigger pieces. Now I'm going to put them like lengthwise into a jar, sprinkle them with olive oil. I bought the most expensive olive oil, so that should be good. And basically going to do that, and I'll probably have like, I don't know, I bought like 12 mason jars, so I might fill like 6 of them. I got like 6 pounds of meat. I'm probably going to dry like 4 of those, and I just got a chicken that I'm probably going to carve and eat raw, you know, how it be. I don't know, I might try and dry some chicken as well. But that's like what I'm doing so far. Might try doing some like high meat with fish. I got like some red snapper, and I'll probably try and do the high meat on the outside. So like I'll use my room like in room temperature, which is not that warm, but it might take like a week to ferment the fish so it's like edible.
All
So I'm
right.
kind of excited for that. But like
So
doing semi-dried beef and putting it in olive oil, I think is the best way to preserve it.
so what's the exact procedure? Do you salt it?
No, I'm not salting it at all. I read this on like a website. It's by Wonder Planets. That's his recipe on making. It's called his survival kit. If you Google Wonder Planets survival kit, he'll have like this whole survival kit that's composed of like I think like 4 pounds of honey, and then like a few pounds of dried fruit, like dried figs and something else, which I'm still lacking. And now like we're on lockdown, so I don't know, man. I just got a lot of honey, and I got this beef that I put out for 5 hours on one side and then 5 hours on the other side. And then I braise it with like olive oil and leave it there for 30 minutes. And then I put it in jars that are filled with olive oil. It's always cold pressed olive oil. And once you like put that in a jar, I guess it'll be fine. It'll like just stay fresh for a long time, because once you dry it and then braise it with olive oil, the water from the surface of the meat just leaves, and then it can mix with the oil. So
How long did you dry it for before you put it in the olive oil?
5 hours on each side.
And these are 3 by 4 inch strips, you said.
Yeah, like I'm doing
And
two
how
by
thick are
4
they?
inch that are like one
2 by
inch high. So
Okay. No, we did beef jerky. We did beef jerky in the oven at a low temperature for a couple of hours. That turned out pretty good too.
that sounds pretty good, but it's like this is way more moist than the beef jerky that you get.
Have you tried eating it?
Oh yeah, I tried a few pieces. It's like it's really good, especially like the fatty parts. They're like they just dissolve. Like the fat just dissolves really well.
It doesn't taste intensely like olive oil, like disgusting.
Well, it does taste like olive oil, but not like that intensely that it's disgusting.
I
But I
wonder
guess
what it takes just to air dry the beef, like the mishtati.
oh, so like making the beef jerky. He also had a beef jerky like that, like a recipe for beef jerky like that. It all depends on the what's it called? Like thickness of the jerky that you want to make and the time that you can use.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're making like really thin pieces, you can dry it outside in your room, like with the heater on. But
Yeah.
if you're trying to like do a whole flank, you'll need to make like this smoky thing that Bosnian guy was doing on the video
Yeah.
with the plastic
Smokehouse.
bag. Yeah, like
That guy
that
was
was
hilarious.
sketchy. That was sketchy, man. Like a whole plastic bag and what's it called? Well, it was a smokehouse made out of a black bag.
No, he made he used the plastic bags to soak the meat in to marinate it, and then he made like these wood smokehouses. In any case, it didn't look very healthy what he was doing there.
It looked super healthy, huh? Well, I used to think the same
Well,
way. I would be like, I
can I say,
survived depleted uranium bombs. Plastic is fine.
I want to give you an update on the fermented rice.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I took rice, chickpeas, white beans, chia seeds, lentils, popcorn, oats.
Popcorn, were they cooked?
No, uncooked popcorn. Basically,
Okay, I
all the
think
grains I had. Go ahead.
so. The popcorn, you're saying just corn, right?
Just unpopped popcorn, just raw popcorn, and I soaked it for 3 days in the salt water with the. I threw in some peppers, some hot peppers, and I threw in some, some bioactives to help it ferment, some cabbage from my sauerkraut production. So I gave it some starter, and it was bubbling away, and it was fermenting for really nice. And then
So, like, how
I
does it
cooked
smell?
it for like I cooked it for like 40 minutes in the. How does it smell? Smells like
Yeah.
it's fermenting, dude. It's fermenting.
So it's sour grain, I guess.
It's turning sour. It was sour. It was when I cooked it. It was definitely sour.
How does it digest?
But it
Did you
didn't.
fart
I,
after eating it?
no, I didn't. I didn't have
Wow.
the farts. I didn't. Not at all.
So that means the bacteria ate the
And
anti-nutrients.
the bacteria ate everything, dude. It was bubbling like crazy. Talked to my Indian friends. They said that they just ferment the rice and the lentils overnight, and they make the idli. Look up idli. It's the southern Indian specialty. It's fermented rice and lentils that are ground up,
Wow.
and they make these little balls, and they steam them, and it's supposed to be the ultimate food.
Yeah, well, that looks like a good cook starch because like I've been reading this book called We Want to Live, and
Yep.
it talks about like the cooked starch, and it says like how like sourdough is good because it's basically like partly digested.
It's feeding the fungus.
Yeah, literally feeding the fungus.
And if you feed the fungus, the fungus will be happy.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what else you got like as far as fermentation
Cabbage.
going? I'll be
Correct. I
right
got
back.
cabbage fermenting. Yeah. So I got the cabbage that I fermented. You slice it up, and you put it with salt. You don't even add water, and you let it go for a couple of days, and it tastes amazing. So cabbage is fermenting. I also took all the fruits that were left over from the some cafeteria where a friend of ours works, brother-in-law. He works there, and he always had these big bags of fruit that we would let rot because we didn't know what to do with it. But now I know what to do with it. I just feed the fungus. I give it to the kefir, and the kefir loves these melons that no one wants to eat, like a day-old melon. It's like no one wants to eat that. But it's got lots of sugar in it, so you feed the fungus.
And then the fungus just makes some fermented sugar.
Yeah, and it converts the sugar. It eats the sugar. And what else do I got? I got hot peppers. I got the jalapenos going. And these jalapenos have been in there for a month, and everybody loves to eat them because they're so tasty.
Did they lose their spiciness after a month?
They lost some of the spiciness. They're like a tortilla.
Yeah, that's interesting because like I did the jalapenos in yogurt and I put too many jalapenos. And I got a YouTube
Yeah,
video.
you did too many.
Yeah, it gave me
you
like
didn't ferment them.
yeah, I think they didn't ferment, but like the yogurt sauce, it got like a really spicy taste from the jalapenos.
Yeah. You made the lang.
The juices.
Yeah, so we make some long as well. And I also got the milk fermenting with the
you got
kefir.
milk?
Got the milk fermenting with normal kefir and with milk kefir. But, and I got the hot peppers fermenting. And I got the sourdough going as well. And I've got the kombucha.
You got a pretty
somewhere
big
my
collection.
yeah. And somewhere my dad sent me a 50-pound bag of grains, of corn and barley and stuff, and wheat. I have to find that. I'm going to start fermenting that, and I'm going to make some beer.
Oh, that sounds interesting. I might try and make some mead.
Yeah. But you should also look for crab apples because we have a tree with crab apples. We got multiple trees with crab apples around here. These are apples that no one wants to eat, but I bet you can feed the fungus with them.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. Like fermenting a little bit of basically like fruit, it's probably good to make like a little bit of alcohol like that because alcohol is the end product of sugar digestion.
Yeah, it's the
So it
way the
might be
fungus
easier.
controls it.
So you're saying
It's
that
the
the
way
fungus
that.
controls us through alcohol?
Yeah, man.
Hmm. Well, basically,
It produces
I hear
alcohol.
that people like ferment the high liver and it becomes alcoholic after a while.
No way.
Yeah, the liver juice.
It's got
It
enough
becomes
sugar in it.
well, protein turns into sugar, gluconeogenesis.
So the sugar ferments.
Yeah, but like even protein ferments.
That's
So
interesting.
so I'm gonna give it a try like with fish and see like how this foul fish does.
Uh, can't wait for that.
Yeah, I hear I talked to somebody about it and they said that basically like if you do it on like outside in a week it should turn into high meat. So like when it first starts fermenting, it's going to stink really bad.
Okay.
But once it's done fermenting, the stink will go away and it'll taste like it'll taste like a cheese kind of.
Yeah. This is the liver.
The liver, the fish, anything.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be it's gonna be the next
Oh,
experiment.
okay.
I also made alcohol within 3 days through raw milk and honey. So do you remember that recipe I told you about, like making kefir out of 2 spoons of honey in no 1 spoon of honey in a liter of milk? And instead of putting 1 spoon, I put like 3 spoons of honey in a liter of milk with kefir. And within like 4 days, the curd separated from the whey. Then I put the curd sideways and I made some cheese out of it. But that whey, man, it was smelling really alcoholic in just like 4 days. And I started drinking it. It was just like kefir mead. So might have discovered kefir mead. If you're trying to get drunk easy, that's the recipe, Mike. Well, I guess we'll conclude this because it sounds like one of the parties on this stream is sleeping. Dun dun dun. No, that's not Chewbacca talking. I'm trying to make up what you're saying. Yeah. Wait. Did it work? I tried to mute him. Well, I can't mute him. So yeah, it's really late on the East Coast. And as we can see, the snoring ensues. Huh. Well, now, nope, I couldn't turn it off. Well, guys, that concludes this live stream. Gonna end it now. Thanks for listening or not listening. This is amazing. Man overboard. Man overboard. It's the fungus talking. It's